Hey guys, so today's video it's a bit late. I was actually gonna do it late December and then for some reason I just kept on putting stuff off. So here I am. Today I'm doing like a 2023, what's in store for Nintendo 2023, I guess. Mainly games and just stuff like that. I also wanted to address the fact that I was hoping for a new Switch Pro / Switch 2 in 2023, but I will actually make a whole separate video on all the rumors and allegations for a new Switch in a separate video, because I think there's just so much there that I just want to leave it for a separate video. But that is like technically something that's happening in 2023, but it's such a rumor at this point, and there's so much like misinformation / information / literally rumors that it just deserves a whole separate video. So I'm not ignoring the rumors. I'm actually gonna go over all the games that I'm kind of interested in. There's not all the games on here. Also let me know any that I've missed that I might be interested in. Maybe I just didn't find the right list, you know? But I've combined a bunch of different trailers, Nintendo Directs, videos, articles, just to see like what games am I interested in, kind of for the first half mainly of 2023. We don't really know much about like kind of the end of 2023, but you know, subscribe, that bell, like, comment for engagement. All my other social media platforms and all my other YouTube channels are in the description, so if you guys want to get on with that. And let's get into it. So January 19th, we actually have Persona 3, and that is the closest that I have. That's the closest like game that I have to tell you guys about. And I've had amazing things about Persona. I can't believe I haven't gotten into it or just haven't like played it before, but I've heard great things just in general, so I might actually give this one a try. Do I need to play the other ones? Like, does anyone know? Do I need to dive deep into the story, or is it like a separate story in each game? I would love to know. But it's an enhanced version of the original PSP game in the 2000s, and it's a choice and consequence game, so that sounds pretty darn interesting, and I heard the stories are great. January 20th, we have Fire Emblem Engage, which looks quite cozy, but that's just not my kind of game. I just don't think I'll be into it. So putting it out there because it's a big game, and I might, if I see good reviews, I might go into it, but it's just initial reaction, not the kind of game that I'm into. Then we have February 24th, we have Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, which is a remake of a popular Wii game, and I love Kirby and the Forgotten Land, but this one, obviously because it's a remake of a Wii game, it actually looks quite outdated and almost like a little bit annoying to me. I don't know. It's just probably not the game that I'm gonna be like first in line to get, but maybe at some point I'll get it, but just not something that's on my like immediate to buy list. March 9th, we actually have a game that looks pretty darn interesting, and it's called Oni Road to be the Mightiest Oni. I'm gonna show you guys some gameplay while I talk about these games, but it just looks like a really spookily cozy game, if that's like a combo that exists in your guys' mind. I'm not gonna give crazy descriptions of each game, otherwise we'll be here for 20,000 years, but I'll show you guys enough gameplay to like show you guys what the game is about. March 17th, we have Bayonetta Origins, which has had mixed initial reactions. Bayonetta is a game that is obviously very popular, and the main line games have been on the Switch, and there's one that was released recently. There was a lot of drama actually with the voice acting there, but we ignore that. And this one looks so different. It actually looks quite cozy, and I know a lot of people play Bayonetta not for the cozy vibes, but just for the vibes of the game, the fighting, the, you know, whatever. I've never played Bayonetta, to be fair. And this one looks very different, so a lot of people that don't like the original Bayonetta games might actually really like this one, but the people that do like the original Bayonetta games are saying that this one is a disappointment and not what they expected. But that's obviously, once again, not the kind of game that I'm super interested in. It doesn't look like something that I would personally buy, but if I see enough good reviews, who knows. March 22nd, we have a Nice Death. I like wrote absolutely nothing about this game. I just thought it was pretty interesting. Once again, like a spookily cozy game. May 12th, this is where I really thrive. We have Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is where a lot of people, including me, believe that we're gonna have a new Switch because we need something strong and powerful. I'll talk about that more in the other video, but at this point, like, we haven't had any announcements at all. So I don't know. Those dreams are slowly starting to fade for me, but I'm still holding on to hope that we'll get a new Switch. But it recently won most anticipated game in the Game Awards, and I know that it will win Game of the Year this year. I wrote next year on this because that's how long ago I planned this, but I know that it will win Game of the Year this year for sure, and it won most anticipated. They'll get a 2 in a row for sure, because obviously Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. And it was the first, I believe, Zelda game that won Game of the Year, so that was pretty interesting. I literally cannot wait. I love Breath of the Wild. It's my favorite game of all time. Like, if you literally took all my games away from me and left me with Breath of the Wild, I would be fine. I'll just keep on replaying it to completion and then just replaying it, and that would give me like 400 hours each time, and I'll be set for life. It's okay, because they're using the same map, but they're just expanding it, so it's the same world, just expanding it more to, some of it looked underground, so we might have more of a dungeon situation, because I see some people miss the dungeon puzzles from the original Zelda games. I personally didn't really. I actually really liked the shrines. I thought they were a great way of getting around doing the dungeons, but I think some people are hoping for some more of a cave system dungeon situation going on. So that looked like there was a bit of that in there, but what we have confirmed is the sky situation. There was like a floating sky bit of the map, which looks really interesting. So they're obviously using just the same map but expanding on it because it's now bigger and better. I'm hoping that maybe a bigger and better Switch can come along to handle all of that. Now, this has been delayed multiple times, which once again fueled for me the rumors about a new Switch. Hogwarts Legacy has been moved to July, even though everything else is coming out way sooner on other consoles and PC. Yeah, this looks great. It's like an open world Hogwarts story, and it's pre kind of everything that happened in the movies and the books. It's kind of like at the beginnings of Hogwarts. And yeah, you just pick which house you want to be in, and there's a lot of crazy mechanics. There's obviously fighting scenes, but with wands, because that's how wizards fight. There's obviously a lot of interacting with the world, which I'm super excited for, and there's also a lot of flying on the brooms, which I thought was a great method of flying around and moving around the map, which it all looks great. I just don't know if a Switch can handle it, at least not in the current state. I think if the new Switch can handle this game, then that means a new Switch needs to come out, because I think, like I said, I don't think this Switch will be able to handle this game in any capacity. Mainly because it's not a game made by Nintendo, like it's not like a Nintendo exclusive, e.g. Zelda, Mario, etc., where they are optimizing the game for the Switch and nothing else. This game is clearly optimized for the PC and other consoles that are way more powerful, and the Switch just isn't that. So I think either this game will be completely delayed until the Switch comes out, or they know something we don't and they're releasing it in July because that will be after the new Switch, and maybe they've tried this game on the new Switch already, or this game will just never release on the Switch. Because there's been a lot of those games where they will be like, keep on delaying it, and they just never get around to making it work and function on the Switch. Or it might just be a game that you are able to stream on the Switch, but not actually get like a physical copy of it. Which once again, the streaming of games on the Switch doesn't work. I've seen people try it before and it's very buggy. So I'm essentially hoping that the fact that it was delayed to July means that the developers of this game have already had the chance to work with a new Switch, a new more powerful Switch, and they know that it will work on that Switch. And they said, okay, fine, we'll just delay it to July, so that people have from May 12th to July 25th to play with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because if you have to compete with Tears of the Kingdom, there's no competition there. Everyone's gonna be so just like 12-hour shifts a day playing Tears of the Kingdom, and then by July, maybe they'll be able to shift some of their attention to a different open world game. So that was my theory on that, but we'll see if this game even comes out on the Switch. That's first and foremost. If not, I will get a PlayStation, and I'm planning to get a PlayStation anyway, and then maybe if it doesn't come out on the Switch or a new powerful Switch doesn't come out, I'll just play it on the PlayStation, but I would love to play it on a Switch. Then we have early 2023, a game called Desta, The Memories Between. These are now from this point onwards, not exact dates. We don't even have months. A lot of time we have seasons, or just an announcement. Spring, we have Coffee Talk episode 2, which is obviously like a novel in a game. You listen to people's conversations, take part in people's conversations, and then make coffee or any kind of hot beverages or cold beverages in a coffee shop for those customers. In spring, we also have Fae Farm, where you craft, decorate, farm, and use magic to make your shared home even better. You explore the fantasy world and take on enemies in battle, and sounds kind of like Fantasy Life on the 3DS, which was one of my favorite games on the 3DS and super underrated. I haven't heard many people talking about it. I was literally addicted to it. And it was around my exam season, so I was like, how do I balance this, you know? This reminds me of that, and I'm hoping it's good and doesn't disappoint. In the summer, we have Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. You start a farm, you get married, etc. But the time is real, so you will actually age, and then your kids will age, and however you've raised them will determine what jobs they have. And everyone else in the farm area also age. That will really make you think hard about all your decisions, because there are like actual consequences, which is great. I've never gotten into Story of Seasons, so I'm hoping this is the one. Then we have, this has been announced, but like, not really. Pikmin 4, which some people don't even think will come out this year, but it technically has been announced for this year. So far, there's been a small teaser and a direct in 2022, but it looks good and has been recommended to me multiple times. But people do think that it requires a more powerful Switch. So once again, if a Switch doesn't come out this year, the game's not coming out this year because it requires a more powerful Switch. So, you know. Then we have Disney Illusion Island, which is a platforming adventure. I'm actually not a big platformer fan these days. I feel like I've kind of gotten off that wavelength. But I don't know, it's Disney, so I kind of like that. But Disney Dreamlight Valley has really filled the void of Disney games for me, so I don't know. But it's another Disney game after Disney Dreamlight Valley, and it has up to 4 players as a couch co-op. I feel like couch co-ops are really making a comeback. I actually want to make a full video about all the couch co-ops that you can play on the Switch. So that might be one of my games coming up within the next like 2 weeks or so. Because I've actually gotten into a lot of couch co-ops, and I realized like just how fun they are and why consoles like the Wii really promoted playing as a couch co-op. I'm kind of sad that they obviously started disappearing because of online playing. People started playing online with other people, which obviously is easy because you can make like long distance friends. But I do miss the couch co-op vibe of like getting everyone in one room, playing together. So those are definitely making a comeback. There are so many new games that are a couch co-op and they work so well. And I'm gonna make a new video on that. I'm kind of excited for this, but like, it's not like, oh my God, I can't wait, you know? When it comes out, it comes out. Then we have Hollow Knight Silk Song, where you're the Hornet, a powerful hunter who has to take on enemies and explore the world to unravel mysteries. It sounds really good, actually. And I like the aesthetics, I like the art style. Like, I just think everything about it looks quite nice. But obviously we have no like concrete even season. Not even like which half of the year it's coming out in. Obviously it's probably going to be the second half, because if it was in the first half, they would have probably announced the date by now. They have Persona 4 coming out after Persona 3. And this game was actually originally released on the PS Vita, which I was never a PSP or a PS Vita baddie. I was a Nintendo Lite baddie, like Nintendo DS Lite. So I think you were one or the other. Like you were either Nintendo DS, then DSi, 3DS, etc. Or you went down like the PSP, PS Vita, and then PlayStation, yada yada yada. Like you probably were not doing both. But I definitely was a Nintendo DS Lite baddie. So I'm kind of glad that these games are coming in on the Nintendo now. It feels like a nice like full circle moment. But do I get into the Persona games? Let me know. Then we have Minecraft Legends coming out. I recently tried Minecraft on the Switch again, and it's getting some, I'm getting used to it, but not really. I'm actually hating it. So I actually want to get Minecraft on my laptop again to play it as like an actual PC game, because that's how I used to play Minecraft. I used to be so obsessed with Minecraft. I used to play it every day for hours. It was my Sims. Like I think some people are addicted to Sims, some are addicted to Minecraft. I was a Minecraft person, and it just doesn't hit the same on a Switch. I can't get used to the controls. It just doesn't feel natural to me. I'm usually a console player. Like I think I find most games easier on the console than on the PC, but with Minecraft, I think for the nostalgia purposes, like with the muscle memory I have, a Switch just doesn't work for me. Because I'm getting back into Minecraft, I guess. This looks quite interesting. They had a really successful spin-off in the past called Minecraft Dungeons, so it's not a surprise that this is coming out. It's an action strategy game and it offers co-op and competitive multiplayer. So if that's something you're interested in, here it is, but we don't know when it's coming out. Then we have My Town at Sandrock, which is an RPG adventure game where you are an inexperienced builder who needs to gather resources and create a workshop to save a small town, and it's already available on other platforms. If you can't wait to play this on the Switch, then just play it somewhere else. Then we have another Crab's Treasure. This is such a funny looking game, but you're literally living as a small hermit crab in a big ocean, going up against enemies and collecting resources. I have a massive fear of the ocean, so I don't know if this is great for me. I've actually seen people that are afraid of the ocean like me play Subnautica, which is an underwater game, like a simulation game. And some people play it on the VR, which is crazy to me, but I don't know if I've got the bravery for that. This one looks quite cozy, so it probably won't feel like the real ocean to me. So I'll see, I might play this one. Then we have Botany Manor, which looks really interesting. I don't actually know much about it, but you're in like this big manor and you do a lot of like flower stuff, and there's like some mystery stuff going on. They have Europa, which looks stunning, and it's an adventure game. And then we have Coral Island, which is already out on the PC in early access, and it's a farming sim, but on an island. So if you're missing some farming sim in your life, Coral Island might just be your best friend. And that's all I have. I didn't have much to say about some of these games, but I'll try to put in as much gameplay footage as I can find for you guys. Subscribe to the bell icon for engagement. So let me know what you guys are most anticipating in 2023 for the Nintendo Switch, and if that includes the actual Nintendo Switch console that you're looking forward to. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.